Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Asim here, and I'm here with Gunless, and we're here to answer some fan questions. Let's get straight into it. First question, why did you choose the Guerrillas? To be honest, I think me and Gunless really want to team with each other, so when we looked at potential teams, Guerrillas seemed like the best fit for us to like build a team around. And I feel like that was like the main thing that like we chose the Guerrillas for. Besides that, like there wasn't many teams that were willing to take two members especially. So, I mean, that was like the main reason why we chose the Guerrillas.
There's very few good organizations out there that will actually take care of you and actually do what it takes to, give you the fundamentals to actually win. And, there's probably like 3 or 4 in the league personally, from my opinion, and Guerrillas is definitely one of them. So, I mean, being able to have a chance to play here is kind of a blessing. What about playing for Ricky and Embry excites you the most? Well, I played with Ricky before, back on LG, and I understand, his mindset and kind of leadership going into the game and his ability to break down actual things. I haven't played with Embry whatsoever, but, we're going into a World War II game again. Hopefully there's smokes, nade spots. I know Embry is kind of a nerd for all of that stuff. He loves doing all of that. So, I mean, if it ends up helping us in the game, it's only going to elevate our actual, gameplay.
I know Embry won champs with his team that he coached in World War II. So, I mean, it's a good sign. I think what I'm most excited about is Pierce has a year in with Ricky. He's experienced that with him, and I know Kyler or Hook has experienced Embry for I think 2 years or 1. With what I'm excited most is just to see like a lot of the players on the team be comfortable with the coaches they already know. I feel like I'm really easy to adapt, so I think I can catch on to what Ricky and Embry style is and how they view the game. But I'm just more comfortable seeing that a lot of players that they've coached are like back with them.
Is there someone you look up to in the COD scene? Yeah, Damon Barlow.
Oh, that's good.
Always Damon Barlow. We love Damon Barlow.
Me and Pierce are Canadian, and Damon Barlow is also Canadian.
Yeah, Damon Barlow is also Canadian.
Good one to look over. I mean, for me, it'd probably be like Zuma. He transformed his place in the COD scene to a different level this year, and that's something I aspire to be. Like, obviously, every athlete knows that you can't stay an athlete forever. You can't just devote your life to one thing, because there will be a time when like me and Pierce cannot be Call of Duty players anymore. Hopefully it's a long career. With how much content and how much is important to do content, I just think like over the years I need to start becoming more active on it and just not rely solely on my COD career.
Which direction would you like to see COD going in the future? I don't really care what what direction Call of Duty kind of goes in the future. I think just the basic fundamentals literally should always tend to stay the same from COD to COD. I mean, I really like that this game literally that we're going into right now has 16 maps. So off break right away, instead of just adding maps into it, which most of the time when they add maps is just not even adding maps, it's just bringing old maps from back way then. So usually maps and kind of just game fundamentals like strafing. I think strafing is a huge skill gap or component that not a lot of people actually have good strafes, and I feel like it kind of elevates the skill gap in that sense. I wouldn't mind if it went back to jetpacks too. I mean, jetpacks are always a little bit of a fun time.
I think it's going in the right path. I feel like Pierce said, maps are really important. As long as the game is very colorful, gun balancing is good. I think that's where my ideal setup would be in terms of the direction going for COD. Everything they're doing is pretty much correct, and I kind of I see them steering a lot to Warzone as well, and there's some good parts and bad parts to that, but overall I think what they're doing is improving how big Call of Duty is getting, and I'm pretty much happy with it. Question for Gunless, but have you noticed an improvement in your gameplay as a result of your recent physical health grind? Any changes in your mental well-being around competition as well?
I mean, I've been taking care of my body quite literally way more than I actually have in the past. Eating right, being on a strict diet, having a nutritionist, having a gym planner that plans basically all my workouts, all the meals that I eat, and I also literally go get a massage every 2 weeks as well on top of that to make sure that body's in top condition. But for the most part, yeah, I've noticed that it's a lot easier to not really lose your cool all the time, because you tend to get kind of all of your anger or all of I guess you know, the stress out of your system when you go to the gym, and like, you know, kind of get yourself in the right mind going into scrims. Just having that kind of like mindset going in like every single day is like kind of like huge, and it's definitely helped me propel my, I guess, mental state a lot more from the past years. I get very angry very easily, so the gym does actually help out with that a lot. It's not something that I haven't worked on in the past, but it is something that I'm still working on even today. Could you talk about the discussions leading into the formation of the team? Who reached out to who? Why did they come to mind? Are there any qualities or specifications that the players were looking for in each other or their org? Personally, it was just like what Asim said, is that all it came down to is I really just wanted to team with Asim. I think I like to call Asim a diamond in the rough because, you know, he's a player that tends to only do what it takes to win, doesn't care about their stats, puts in the time and the effort, and actually just only cares just about winning. And I feel like in the league, that's really hard to obtain. That's something I personally try to strive for like all the time as well. And, you know, having somebody else like that, like-minded, was very important for me. So like when people were coming to me with like team offers and stuff like that, like I just wanted to team with Asim. Like I was rejecting any offers that didn't have Asim on it.
When me and Pierce decided to be a team of two, we reached out to Hook and thought it was a great fit teaming up with Hook, and then Austin came along as the fourth, and that's pretty much how the team came to be. The way it reached out was like me and Pierce reached out to each other. We said we want to be a team of two, and then we both reached out to Hook and said if you wanted to team with us, and he was just as down. I think we were all just really interested in playing with each other. We all know what it takes to win, and the main thing that we viewed that Pierce said is that we were just trying to put in the time and the effort, and all four players on this team are willing to do that. So I think that was like the big specification in terms of what we were looking into. Gunless and Slasher has had some issues teaming together in the past. Is that all in the past, or and how do you plan on approaching any possible disagreements?
For me personally, I mean, after we were talking about our whole team being announced and stuff like that, and we ended up picking up Austin since he's a really good pickup and probably like a top 3 AR. I mean, I pretty much just called Austin, literally just squashed all of the beef like on top of it. I told him all of my problems that I had with him back in World War II, and that like people seem to think that I like hate Austin as a person whatsoever. I don't at all. It's just the two things that I had a problem with him. He said like, you know, he's worked on like over the years like really well and managed to like, you know, turn into a different person just as myself. I mean, I have my own problems as well, but I think like we came to terms that like, you know, we're both grown up now. It's been about like 3-4 years, and you know, we can put that kind of stuff past us and, you know, just kind of look ahead of the future and like only just kind of look for kind of the betterment of like the team and, you know, just trying to win.
For me, the way I view the whole situation, I know a lot of people say that like, you know, this is going to be a problem and this shouldn't be a thing, but I mean, they found success before, and like they said, they've squashed any problems that they've had before, and they're both changed as human beings over the years. I've gotten to know Austin really well this summer as well, and both parties with Pierce and Austin are willing to come together and do whatever is needed for the betterment of the team. And I just think it's just not the same as what it was like 3 years ago. Did you play Vanguard beta? What were your thoughts? I played the Vanguard beta a little bit before. What I really get from it is that like it's like very, very identical to Modern Warfare. The way the movement is, the way the guns shoot, the way the bullet registration, everything just feels like Modern Warfare. I feel like this game is gonna be like another year of like kind of Modern Warfare with the different type of maps and different type of guns. Basically, what I view of the game and what are my initial thoughts.
I haven't played the beta whatsoever since it was only on PlayStation 4 and 5. I didn't get my PlayStation 5 literally till yesterday. I did watch a lot of gameplay like online of the beta, like through like, you know, Simp, Asim's gameplay. Thank you so much for sending in the questions. We appreciate them, and we'll see you in the next one.
Peace.